Learn from yesterday. Live for today. Hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Only two things are infinite: the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the former. We can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. Whoever is careless with the truth in small matters cannot be trusted with important matters. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. There are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle. You can live as if everything is a miracle. If I were not a physicist, I would probably be a musician. I often think in music. I live my daydreams in music. I see my life in terms of music. All that is valuable in human society depends upon the opportunity for development accorded the individual. If people are good only because they fear punishment and hope for reward, then we are a sorry lot indeed. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Any man who can drive safely while kissing a pretty girl is simply not giving the kiss the attention it deserves. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives and not in what he is able to receive. Any man who reads too much and uses his own brain too little falls into lazy habits of thinking. In matters of truth and justice, there is no difference between large and small problems, for issues concerning the treatment of people are all the same. He who can no longer pause to wonder and stand wrapped in awe is as good as dead. His eyes are closed. Our task must be to free ourselves by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature and its beauty. Put your hand on a hot stove for a minute and it seems like an hour. Sit with a pretty girl for an hour, and it seems like a minute. Concern for man and his fate must always form the chief interest of all technical endeavors. Never forget this in the midst of your diagrams and equations. Whoever undertakes to set himself up as a judge of truth and knowledge is shipwrecked by the laughter of the gods. Only one who devotes himself to a cause with his whole strength and soul can be a true master. For this reason, mastery demands all of a person. I believe that a simple and unassuming manner of life is best for everyone, best both for the body and the mind. I think and think for months and years. 99 times, the conclusion is false. The 100th time I am right. When you are courting a nice girl, an hour seems like a second. When you sit on a red-hot cinder, a second seems like an hour. That's relativity. Nothing is more destructive of respect for the government and the law of the land than passing laws which cannot be enforced. To raise new questions, new possibilities, to regard old problems from a new angle, requires creative imagination and marks real advance in science. My religion consists of a humble admiration of the illimitable superior spirit who reveals himself in the slight details we are able to perceive with our frail and feeble mind. I want to go when I want. It is tasteless to prolong life artificially. I have done my share. It is time to go. I will do it elegantly. I am not only a pacifist but a militant pacifist. I am willing to fight for peace. Nothing will end war unless the people themselves refuse to go to war. I do not believe in immortality of the individual, and I consider ethics to be an exclusively human concern with no superhuman authority behind it. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. That deep emotional conviction of the presence of a superior reasoning power, which is revealed in the incomprehensible universe, forms my idea of God. He who joyfully marches to music in rank and file has already earned my contempt. He has been given a large brain by mistake, since for him the spinal cord would suffice. Heroism on command, senseless violence, and all the loathsome nonsense that goes by the name of patriotism, how passionately I hate them. The devil has put a penalty on all things we enjoy in life. Either we suffer in health or we suffer in soul or we get fat. Few people are capable of expressing with equanimity opinions which differ from the prejudices of their social environment. Most people are even incapable of forming such opinions. Reading, after a certain age, diverts the mind too much from its creative pursuits. Any man who reads too much and uses his own brain too little falls into lazy habits of thinking. I do not believe that civilization will be wiped out in a war fought with the atomic bomb. Perhaps 2/3 of the people of the earth will be killed. There is no logical way to the discovery of these elemental laws. There is only the way of intuition, which is helped by a feeling for the order lying behind the appearance. The unleashed power of the atom has changed everything save our modes of thinking, and we thus drift toward unparalleled catastrophe. The release of atomic energy has not created a new problem. It has merely made more urgent the necessity of solving an existing one. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.